Greetings, listeners. This is Audio Wisdom. Thank you all for tuning in today and joining me as we dive into this captivating audiobook. We are honored to have you along for the ride. If you're enjoying our content, please be sure to follow us on this channel and across our social media platforms. That way, you'll never miss an update or new release. Let's begin our adventure. Settle in, open your mind, and prepare to be enlightened.
In this book, Robin Sharma uses a parable to explain various productivity principles and tactics to help you transform your results, health, and happiness. In this audio summary, we'll give a quick outline of the parable before we dive into the secrets of top performers and how you can join their rank by becoming a member of the 5 a.m. Club. The story began with an entrepreneur whose life was falling apart and an artist who wanted to unlock his creativity and potential. They met at a seminar by a famous guru for peak performance. There, they ran into an eccentric multi-billionaire who had been personally mentored by the guru. The billionaire invited them to his private island, where he imparted the principles and insights that had transformed his life. The 5 a.m. Club is the cornerstone of achieving world-class performance and a splendid life. It involves the habit of waking up at 5 a.m. daily, starting your day on a right note, and adopting a range of positive habits to multiply your results. In this summary, we've distilled and organized the key insights into two parts: the ingredients for top performance and becoming a member of the 5 a.m. Club. Let's begin. Part 1. The ingredients for top performance. To be in the top 5%, you must be willing to do what 95% of people do not or will not do. This starts with choosing how to lead your life. Leadership isn't about your title or position. It's about what you stand for, focus on, and commit to on a daily basis. To become a master in any field, you need rigor and persistence. Masters spend years to learn, experiment, and improve their expertise and insights, and every wildly successful person has had his or her share of struggles. For example, Stephen King faced so many rejections that he actually threw away the manuscript for Carrie. Fortunately, his wife recovered the manuscript from the trash, and this became Stephen King's first published novel. Masters also demand the highest standards down to the granular details. Instead of churning out hundreds of mediocre pieces, they spend years to perfect the details of a single masterpiece. F1 crews adopt fastidious standards in their checks, calibration, and cleanliness because they know that a loose screw or a speck of dirt can mean the difference between winning and losing. Indeed, the Challenger space shuttle exploded due to the failure of a single, seemingly inconsequential O-ring seal. To achieve phenomenal results, you need to adopt this 3-step success formula. Build better awareness, which leads to better choices, which leads to better results. Become aware of your values. Why do you do what you do, and how do you want to be remembered? Use this consciousness to guide your daily choices so that every action you take contributes to your goal. When you do this rigorously and consistently, it'll dramatically improve your results. The most outstanding people commit to becoming the best version of themselves. They demand high standards in all aspects of their attitude, actions, and output. By contrast, 95% of people only achieve mediocre results because they lack clarity, focus, and discipline. Most people follow the same mindless routine daily. They spend their time checking emails and messages, surfing the internet, watching TV, and doing menial chores. They find excuses for not pushing beyond their comfort zone. Instead of maximizing their potential or impact, they chase after bigger salaries and houses just to impress others. Geniuses are often treated like weirdos or misfits because of their crazy visions and maniacal standards. Ironically, these visions and standards are what make them top achievers in the first place. To become a master of your life and craft, you must be willing to pay the price, persist in the face of ridicule or criticism, and stick to your vision and standards even when you don't feel like it. Realize that true power doesn't come from your status or riches, but your inner state. Develop your ability to tap on your talents, live with discipline, integrity, and empathy. It's perfectly fine to enjoy the money and status that comes with success, but do so without becoming attached to them or allowing them to define who you are. Top performers focus on 4 main areas: leveraging their talents, working without distractions, gaining personal mastery, and stacking small wins. Robin Sharma calls these the 4 focuses of history makers. Top achievers aren't born with superior talent. They simply use more of their strengths and talents. You too have the potential to achieve amazing results. However, you must start by building your belief and confidence in your own abilities and potential. If you don't believe you have what it takes, you won't persist long enough to succeed. Next, you must free yourself from distractions. You can't deliver exceptional results if your mental capacity is diluted across too many things. One of the biggest sources of distraction comes from technology. If you spend the entire day on your devices, you'll find yourself drained by endless emails, messages, and social media updates, leaving you with no time or energy for meaningful work. We also have a tendency to self-sabotage. The primitive part of our brain is known as the limbic brain. It's always on the lookout for danger in order to help us survive. The prefrontal cortex is in charge of higher thinking, and it looks for opportunities to grow and make progress. When you're working on something challenging, you may suddenly feel the urge to jump on a new idea, take a break, or work on something else. This is your primitive brain trying to distract you from the difficult task, so you can avoid failure and uncertainty. Once you're aware of this impulse, you can choose to resist it and persist with your task. Simplify your life. Focus on a few projects that you can deliver with stellar results, instead of jumping from task to task. Invest your time and energy on a few deep, meaningful relationships instead of many shallow ones. Work on one high-value activity at a time instead of multitasking. Don't confuse busyness with productivity. Ultimately, your external results are a reflection of your inner state. So, your third area of focus must be to improve your personal mastery and abilities. Specifically, you can use the 5 a.m. Club to build 4 interior empires: your mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. Your mindset is your psychology. This includes your deepest beliefs, self-talk, and outlook, which jointly define how you think and act. Your heart set is your emotionality. You can't produce amazing work if you're weighed down by resentment, sadness, or fear. Improve your emotional health by releasing toxic emotions and opening your heart to gratitude and joy. Your health set is your physicality. Build your physical fitness to increase your energy levels, operate at an optimal cognitive state, and improve your longevity. Finally, your soul set is your spirituality. Spend some quiet time to remember who you truly are and rediscover your compassion, conviction, and courage. If you consistently improve by 1% a day, you'll minimally elevate yourself by 365% each year. Robin Sharma calls this day stacking. Focus on what you can do today to build an exceptional life. Live fully and unapologetically. Dare to love and express yourself, and feel truly alive in the moment. Part 2. Joining the 5 a.m. Club. The 5 a.m. Club is about waking up at 5 a.m. and using the 20-20-20 formula to cultivate the clarity, discipline, rigor, and habits for top performance. It's built on various scientific truths about the brain, willpower, and habits. When we're awake, our prefrontal cortex is usually in a state of hyperactivity, analyzing and worrying about everything. When you wake up at 5 a.m., the peace and quiet allows your prefrontal cortex to switch off temporarily, so you enter a state of transient hypofrontality. In this state, your brain slows down from beta to alpha, or even theta. The peace and silence also trigger the release of hormones like dopamine and serotonin, all of which put your brain in the ideal condition to enter a flow state. This is a state of joyful peak performance where you're absorbed in a challenging task and operating at the edge of your abilities. Neuroplasticity refers to our brain's ability to change throughout our lives. When we do something repeatedly, it causes certain neural circuits to fire together and eventually wire together, making the task easier to perform. After years of navigating the complex streets of London, the cabbies there were found to have a larger than usual hippocampus. This is the part of our brain that handles spatial reasoning. People who are constantly learning and challenging themselves will develop different brains from those who don't. Willpower isn't an inborn trait, but a skill that can be developed through practice, like how we build muscles. Increasing our self-control in one area of our life also increases self-control in other areas. However, willpower gets depleted with use and weakens when we're tired. That's why we find it harder to exert self-control or make good decisions at the end of a long day. Top producers outperform others because they've built the habit of performing high-value activities. Initially, they had to force themselves to persist each time they felt like quitting. Over time, they strengthen their willpower, self-mastery, and discipline until it's habitual to operate at a higher level. You can also build your willpower by regularly putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. For example, sleeping on the floor once a week, taking cold morning showers, or fasting a few times a month. You need to exert willpower to build a new habit. However, once you've installed the habit, it becomes automatic and effortless. There are 4 steps involved in forming a new habit: a trigger, ritual, reward, and repetition. The process begins with a trigger, such as your alarm going off at 5 a.m. Once that happens, make sure you jump out of bed and start your victory hour, which we'll explain shortly. This helps to develop a new ritual. Each time you complete the desired ritual, give yourself a small reward. For example, you can treat yourself to some dark chocolate or take an afternoon nap. Keep repeating this cycle to rewire your brain and lock in the new habit. It takes about 66 days to form a new habit. You'll find yourself going through 3 phases: destruction, installation, and integration. Starting a new habit is always tough, because your brain takes around 22 days to break old patterns and rewire new ones. Each time you hit a wall, tell yourself to push through it, no matter what. By the second phase, the old structures have already been torn down, and you're ready to install the new ones. Things feel chaotic and frustrating, and you may be tired after struggling for a few weeks. Resist the urge to return to old habits. Keep persevering, and you'll arrive at the last phase, integration. By the last 22 days, the new habit starts to feel familiar, and you start to experience the benefits of your new rewiring. In Robin Sharma's words, all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. If you stick to the same routine consistently for at least 66 days, you'll hit the automaticity point. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., it's now second nature for you to jump out of bed and start your ritual without exerting willpower. Your willpower is now freed up, and you're ready to build another positive new habit. So, what should you do when you wake up at 5 a.m.? This is where the 20-20-20 formula comes in. Your willpower is the strongest at the start of your day, which makes the first hour from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. extremely crucial. Sharma calls this your victory hour. He recommends splitting this hour into 3 20-minute sessions where you choose to focus on building your mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. Start your first 20 minutes with intense exercise that will make you sweat. This triggers a host of biochemical reactions in your body to put you in an optimal cognitive state. Specifically, intense exercise reduces your cortisol levels and releases the BNDF protein, which repairs brain cells, promotes new brain cell growth, and speeds up neural connections, so you'll think faster and better. Exercise also increases your levels of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter, and serotonin, which regulates happiness. Use the next 20 minutes for quiet reflection, meditation, prayer, journaling, or planning. This provides the focus and residual wisdom to guide your day. Be still and enjoy the quietude. Contemplate your life, how you wish to express your values, and how you wish to grow. You can also think of the day ahead of you and list down 5 mini goals that, if accomplished, will make this a great day. Or download your thoughts and feelings in a journal. Just write down whatever comes to mind without overthinking it. For example, you may journal about what you're grateful for, or any hurts and resentments weighing you down. When you give voice to your repressed emotions, it lightens your burdens and starts the healing process. Use the final 20 minutes to learn and grow. Consider how you can increase your impact and become more valuable to your industry and society. Use the time to read a book, listen to podcasts, watch an educational video, or study the lives of successful people. The 20-20-20 formula is a keystone habit, that is, a set of behaviors that multiplies other helpful behaviors. It's just a guideline, and you're free to adjust or tailor it to suit your preferences. The victory hour is just a way to jumpstart your engine. To amplify your productivity for the rest of your day, you can add these strategies, tactics, and insights. First, aim for 7.5 hours of quality sleep each night for optimal productivity, health, and longevity. An evening routine is as important as a morning routine. Finish your last meal by 8 p.m. and turn off all digital devices, so the blue light from your devices won't disrupt your sleep. Instead, Use the time before bed to connect with loved ones, meditate, take a relaxing bath, or review some educational materials. Sleep in a cool, dark room without any electronic gadgets. Next, learn to conserve and manage your willpower supply throughout your day. Recharge yourself periodically so you don't get too exhausted at any point in time. Keep your surroundings tidy, since a messy environment creates distractions to deplete your mental capacity. Eliminate unnecessary decisions to prevent decision fatigue. For example, wear the same type of clothes daily or have a fixed routine so you won't waste your mental capacity on such trivial decisions. Apply the 90-90-1 rule to focus on real work. For the next 90 days, set aside the first 90 minutes of your workday to focus on the one high-payoff project until it's completed. Alternate between intense work and complete recovery. After your victory hour and 90-91 session, alternate between 60-minute bursts of intense work and 10-minute renewal periods. During the 60 minutes, set up a distraction-free zone where you can work productively. Then, recover fully with 10 minutes of music, meditation, or a quick walk before starting the next 60-10 cycle. Occasionally, take longer periods to fully recuperate, such as going on a proper vacation. When paired with long periods of intense work, our rest time or playtime also doubles up as an incubation window for new ideas and insights. At the end of your workday, schedule a second wind workout to give yourself a boost of energy for the evening. You can also schedule 2 deep tissue massages each week to reduce stress, improve brain performance, and general wellness. Keep raising your standards in all areas of life, be it improving your business skills or appreciating fine arts and culinary. Study for at least 60 minutes daily. Try reading a book, taking an online course, or speaking with a mentor. You can also convert your commute time into learning time. Delegate the tasks that drain you or things you're weak at, so you can focus on the things that you're great at and love to do. Every Sunday, set aside 30 minutes to design a game plan for the coming week. In your journal, record the highlights of your past week, including the key lessons learned. Then, list down your commitments for the coming week. Schedule the slots for your victory hour, 90-91 sessions, 60-10 cycles, and second wind workouts. Set aside time for your loved ones and key priorities. Here are some other insights from the book for a Splendid Life. We tend to live as if we have all the time in the world, when life is actually fragile and unpredictable. Make each day count. Be true to yourself, pay attention to miracles around you, and don't wait to express your inner genius. Let your joy be your personal GPS. Focus on people, pursuits, and places that make you joyful, blissful, and alive. Give generously without expecting anything in return. You can donate to charity, tip generously, or simply share your love, compliments, and positive thoughts with everyone you meet. Forgive those who have hurt you. Realize that they do so because they're actually suffering or in pain. When you forgive, you also release the resentment and toxic emotions in you. So far, you've learned the secrets behind top performance and how you can start cultivating your success mindset and habits using the Victory Hour and a range of productivity hacks. In the book, Robin Sharma also includes sample schedules for the Victory Hour, pre-sleep routine, and numerous overlapping frameworks and ideas to help you transform your life. If you've enjoyed the ideas in this summary, do get a copy of the book or visit robinsharma.com for more details and resources.
And there you have it, fellow book lovers. We've reached the end of our audio adventure for today. I hope this review has sparked your curiosity and given you a taste of what this audiobook has to offer. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world of words, don't forget to hit that follow button right here on our channel. It's the best way to stay up to date with all our latest reviews, recommendations, and literary discoveries. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think about this audiobook or suggest titles you'd like us to review next. Remember, the world of audiobooks is vast and exciting, and we're here to guide you through it. So until next time, keep those earbuds handy and your imagination ready. This is Audio Wisdom, signing off. Happy listening, everyone.